back to the channel. I'm Tony, and this is Tony's Tractor Adventure. And look behind us here, we have got the MECHMAXX mini excavator, and we're gonna show you taking this thing out of the crate, getting it set up. We got a bunch of jobs for it lined up. I'm excited, guys. This is a long time since I've been excited about something new like this, and I'll show you the good and the bad along the way. We got the mini excavator in here, and I'll walk you around the crate there just in a second. And then we have, this is the auger. I got a good deal on this one. I bought that with, got a good deal on it, so I went ahead and bought that. I think it's going to be an attribute to the farm. Now the crate at the, like the bottom of the crate was a little bit damaged there as far as the piece of wood goes across the bottom. The only thing that I see, this has been pushed in right here. Okay, what I'm going to do here is set this thing up and put it on time lapse and let you guys see me take it out of the crate. When we get to something more interesting, I'll bring you over with the camera. Here we go. This is the MECH10 by MechMaxx, and one of the things that sets this this little mini X apart is that it has a Honda engine. So it has a name brand engine in it. Not saying the other engines are not good, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the way it came, you see here it's got the Mec10 logo right there. The way it came shipped, I've seen some of the videos where other people got them out of the crates, or they come just wrapped in plastic. These are wrapped really well. I mean, they even didn't want the top to be scratched, so they put the stuff on the roof, which is, who's going to be up on the top anyway. So it looks like we got the toolbox. So here are a few fittings, some shims of some sort. Sure, there's some. Oh, look at there. This looks like it's got instructions. Some of the ones don't have instructions. So here are the engine instructions. And then here's the actual operator's manual, but you can download this. I've already downloaded it and looked at it. Comes with a grease gun. So a nice little grease gun. And all the tools. So it comes with all the tools. Yeah, that's nice. Now, this comes set up ISO. That's what I was told. In the directions, it shows that it's ISO. And first thing I'm going to do is take this cover off here and swap the hose around so it'll make it John Deere pattern, because I am used to the John Deere pattern, and I want the John Deere pattern because I don't want to have to switch back and forth. So, all right, first thing I see, this is a step up, guys. This is definitely a step up from some of the other little ones that are, you find at auctions for $4,000 or $5,000. This one has actual real grease fittings that are, standard fittings that we all use here with grease fittings. It also has guards around the grease fittings, so it comes standard with those. It comes standard with a quick change for the bucket. So I'll go ahead and order some different buckets for this, but now it looks like it's got about a 14. It's probably a 16-inch bucket on it, so we'll see how that does. Here's your diverter valve, so you can go from your third function. You can put another hose in here, and which I will do because I'm going to have to run my hydraulic auger. So I'll fix some sort of quick connects on these. Let's see, it comes standard with a thumb. Gosh, I can't talk. It comes standard with. I'm excited. I really am. I just want to play with this, but we're gonna go through and check everything. Again, man, it's got grease fittings everywhere. Everything is greased. Everything looks professional. Everything is like real pins and not bolts. You see a lot of these things that come in with just like a grade 2 bolt. Comes standard with a light. Comes standard with a canopy. And I guess this would probably give you a modicum of rollover protection, but I don't know that I'd trust my life to it. But it definitely will keep some of the sun off your head. Let's see, I think this is the dozer blade, and then this is your left and right, forward, I think. I don't know, we'll have to see. And then, like I said, we'll get these controls set up. There's the throttle. Yeah. My biggest question is will this fit into the garage? I'm standard with this hydraulic cooler, and it also sucks air in from the outside. You can see right here is a tool or tube that pulls air in from right here. Probably can't see it, but try to see if I can get in there. We go. Let's just see that. There we go. That's something I haven't seen on the other ones. Has rubber mounts. Again, this is a Honda engine. See if I can get around to the front. Yeah, this is actually a true Honda, not a clone. So I can't see it in there anywhere. There's the hydraulic pump. Man, it's clean. It looks good. I mean, it looks, they really did a good job here. This is next level. This is not what you would find at the at the auctions. The fit and finish is just next level. Tracks. Again, every grease fitting, it has a protector. Every moving point has a grease fitting. MechMaxx. Here's the, shows the hydraulic oil. Can't tell if there's any in there or not. Ooh, it's thunder booming. All right, this seems to be, I don't know if it's the, I mean, it's something you got to expect when you're dealing with machines this small. Take the wing nuts out, and then the seat should rotate forward so you can put fuel in it. I don't know that I really like that. And honestly, I don't know if there's anything else they could have done other than put a separate fuel tank from the engine, because there's just really not any room. You know, you're talking about these, there's just not a lot of room here. So here's the fuel tank down in here. Let me take y'all down in there. Again, there's two wing nuts, nice heavy wing nuts, and there's the fuel tank down in there. And I still have not yet found where to put the hydraulic fluid. It's full, but I want to change it. Maybe it's under one of these pads right there. So there's got two screws to add, but you don't really have to get in there, because you can see the oil level right there. Right now it's completely full. So we'll use this oil to get it into the shop, and then we'll worry about changing it out tomorrow, because I am going to change all the hydraulics. Probably just run the engine about 10 hours and then change it out. I love how the engine is set there and there's a big hole, so you can put a pan under it and it's just going to pour the oil out from the engine. And again, it's already got the cooling fan in. It's pulling all that hot air across. Yeah, and the exhaust sticks out past the door here, and that's another problem that people have had, where these exhaust pipes were cut off further in here, and it would fill the interior full of hot exhaust fumes, and that would come up under the seat. So possibly I might put like some foam right here, like a foam ring, so when the seat is set back down, it's going to keep that heat from coming up. Just a thought. All right, let's smell this gas. I was told that this would probably come with a really high-end fuel that with stabilizer in it. Yeah, it's got, well, I don't know if it's got stabilizer or not, but it smells very fresh. It's very fresh. All right, that actually fits pretty good. This is the pump, runs on 2D batteries, and the hose is just long enough for me to set my fuel tank here and then run it over. If I splashed fuel in you guys' eyes, don't be mad at me. You were too close. So it looks like it was pretty full of fuel. This thing is clean. This will be the cleanest this has ever been and ever will be. Also, I'm using ethanol-free fuel in this, just so you guys know. This is, I think this is like a 89 octane. Okay, we'll go ahead and pop these track holders. The only thing I want to accomplish today is get this off of this pallet and get it inside. It's supposed to rain like the next 2 to 3 days again. We've had so much rain this year. And get it inside so I can work on it, because I need to reverse the hoses for how the controls work. I want it to go to John Deere style and not ISO. So Yeah, that Honda engine is absolutely smooth. That is super smooth. Not loud, it's a little quieter. Got this in just in time. There's raining thunderstorms outside. You may hear it boom, but this is the mat. I went ahead and pulled it out. It just slides in place. It's not snapped in or anything. We pull that mat out of the way, and that gives you access to the hydraulic stuff. I think MechMaxx has went out of their way on the quality control. So many of the other brands of mini excavators like this come in, and the biggest complaints are that they are there's a lot of loose bolts, and this one's definitely not the case. I've not run into anything. Like I said, these are the only thing that I would remotely say that is loose, and I think that's absolutely going to be, I'll be able to fix that by just putting a plastic shim in the inside. And that will tighten that up, because right now there's quite a bit of play. I don't know if y'all can see. Yeah, y'all can see that. So this looks like this was put here for a handle. All right. I don't know what happened to this clip. The video is very clear, but the sound went away. But I was giving you a reference point from the side. You can see there is the battery. Pointing at the cylinder that will move the boom left and right, not counting the rotation. And then as we move across there, you can see that they've done a really good job of tying off all the wires. It looks very professional. It's very clean. I went through and checked bolts. All the bolts are clean. You really have nothing bad to say about how it was set up at this point. And you'll look further over. I think I can go ahead and move on over. And this is the tank. And you'll see those. It looks like there's 6 bolts there. When you take that cover off, there's a filter on the inside that has to be replaced every so often. That's where your hydraulic filter is. It doesn't have an external filter. It has an internal filter. So really the only reason I'm doing this now is because I want to change this from ISO to John Deere style. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to have some hydraulic fluid coming out anyway. All right, if you guys can see right up in there, that's the drain plug. So it's setting currently over the track. I think it's going to be better if we start this up and turn it around so that I can swing it over here between the tracks at the back and let it drain into a pan. The smallest, or the biggest pan I can get in there is pretty small. So I don't know if it'll hold it all or not. We may have to jam this plug back up in there. I got a feeling I'm going to have oil running down my armpit. So 2 gallon, put it just under half full. It's hard to see, but right there is where it went up to. And that's just about 3 gallons worth. So that would be draining roughly 3 gallons. All right, so to get to the valve body, it's pretty easy. You got to take the front cover off first, 6 small screws, and then you come around to the back. You can leave all of the electronics and stuff hooked up. It's separate. It's on a long wiring harness, so you can set it off out of the way. And you come back, and there's the back piece here, which this piece right here, it's held on by 4 more bolts, and then that gives you access to your valve body. And now what we have to do is figure out which one of these is which. And how you're going to do that is just by moving the controls. So we know this control here, we know this one, this needs to be swapped to that side, the forward and back motion. So what you're going to do is just look at the valves as they actuate, and you'll see which valve body, each one of these right here are a different valve body. So we're going to see which one it actuates, and then once we figure out which one it actuates, then we'll know to swap these valves to over here and vice versa. All right, it should be set up correctly. Off camera, I'm going to go ahead and start it up and make sure that it works correct before I move any, put all the pieces back on. I could have missed something, but I think I got it right. This shaft is not sized correctly. The hole is quite a bit bigger in this than the shaft size. So what that does is give us a lot of flexibility when this thing is only pinned in. Let me show you so this is the pin, and it's just put in with an old-fashioned Carter key, or you could use a hairpin or something like that. And I think this is soft enough. I found some grade 8 or some hardened bolts. I don't know if these are not grade 8, but equivalent to grade 8. They're metric. And I believe I can crush this enough that it clamps to this. All right, here's the pedal again. This is the lockout feature. You just set your foot on it. And then you have, now that I got it tightened down, it's basically clamped that pipe around it. And it's really nice.